Hi and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can create this professional flyer in Word. So let's open a new document. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually to create a page break. So just go up to Insert and just press Break. The reason I'm doing this is because we're going to cover this page here in lots of different shapes, text and images, and sometimes it's nice to be able to have another page where you can click and create your designs. If you want to know how to do this view, just go up to View and just press Multiple Pages. So first, this is the page we're going to be working on. This is going to be a page that we can create things and move them across. So go up to Insert, go to Pictures, and then insert your picture. You can use the stock images if you want to. I'm just going to use a picture from File. So just select your image and click Insert. And then in order to be able to move this image, go to Wrap Text and select in front of text. And then we can just simply move it up to the top here. Deselect it, go to Insert, Shapes, click on this rounded rectangle, click and drag. Then go to Shape Fill and select No Fill. Then go to the outline, select a colour of your choice. Ideally, you need to go to More Outline Colours. And then if you've got the eyedropper tool, use that, hover over your image and click a particular shade that you want. If you haven't got the eyedropper tool, then simply use the brighten and darken slider. Move this little icon around your colour wheel to select a colour from your image. The colour you've chosen will appear in this box. Then click OK. I'm just going to go back to the eyedropper, select a colour and click OK. The outline's not very thick and we want a much bigger one. So select your image, go to Shape Format and go over to Format Pane. Go down to Line and the width here, change this to 50 and press Enter. Then we can move this over the top here. Then duplicate it, number of different ways, Command or Control C when you've selected it, deselect it, Command or Control V. Then we're going to go over to Line again, and here we're just going to change the colour. I've already selected a colour that I've got from my image, but again you can go through the other process again. I'm going to pop that over here like that. Then I'm going to press Command or Control V again. And this time I'm just going to make this one a little bit bigger. And I'm just going to move that out. What I am going to do is this one here, I'm actually going to go to Shape Format. I go Center Backwards, Center Back. This one here, I'm going to put over the top here. Then try to make this gap here the same size as this gap here. Then go to Insert, Shapes, click on the square, click and draw out a rectangle. Move it up to here. Go to Outline and select No Outline, Shape Fill, and then click the colour of your selected outlines up here. Copy and paste this. You can hold your Alt or Option key down to copy and paste. And then we can just move this up one to the side here. Just need to make sure that that little triangle here is covered. Perfect. You can just move that up a bit. Then we're going to grab this one here, copy and paste it again, copy, paste. We're going to move that one right down to the bottom here. Then I'm going to go over and just make the outline 60 on this one. Then use my arrow keys just to move it. Go to Shape Format, Align, Align to Center. Now for some text. Now sometimes when you pop your text in here, all these shapes and things can move. You can click and accidentally move something. If you do, just press Command or Control Z to move it back. But that can be a bit annoying, and also you don't want anything selected whilst you insert anything else, so that's why we've got this page here, because if I try to click off it, you can see it clicks on other things. I can click here, but that sometimes turns it blue, so that's why we have this spare page here. So you can click on that to deselect everything. Go to Insert, Text Box, Draw Text Box, click and draw out text box, and in here you can put all of your text. So let's move this across to here. So let's just type the text cleaning. Let's say I want to change that text, go to the Home tab, and then I want it in uppercase. I can increase the font size here, just keep clicking and turn it bold. And I want to then go to Shape Format. I want to get rid of the outline of the text box and the shape fill. And then I want to go to the Home tab and change the text to white. Now, because we've already formatted this text box, taken all the outlines off, then what we need to do is just simply copy and paste it. Again, you can hold your Alt or Option key down to click and drag out a new one. And then we can click inside here, make sure that your cursor's inside. You can select the text and then you can insert the next piece of text. Select it all, go to the Home tab, and I'm going to take the bold off. Next we need the text above, so again I'm going to copy and paste it. Now you see me type, so I'm just going to paste in the text and we can move this down. I'm not going to align it at the end yet, I'm going to align it at the end so I can show you how we go about doing that. But you see at the top here it's font size 18 and this is the font as well. We're going to copy that again, deselect, reselect this one, and then I'm going to select it all and paste in my new text. I just want my 10% offer over here. Now we're going to copy and paste it across here, and then I'm just going to go up here and change the text to the dark blue, and then I can start making some text here. Now I can move it all over here, but often I move this box that we've put in behind. So actually this is a really good area to sort of do your rough workings if you like, and then we can move it all across and then it doesn't nudge anything out over here. So I'm just going to go up to cleaning services. So again, I'm just going to paste in my text, and when I do so you can see at the top the text, the font, the bold and the size. Copy and paste it, deselect, reselect this one. Now I'm just going to show you a little technique here of how I've got these dots in between. So I don't use little circles or anything, I actually use a font called Windings. So let's just take this one out, and up here you can see Windings. Now if you click on the drop down you can scroll all the way down to one called Windings. I won't do it now because it'll take ages. However, when you click on Windings and you press a character on your keyboard, it will come up with little characters. So that was Q. If I go W and I just keep clicking different letters on my keyboard, you can see it comes up with different symbols. So the one for the dot is L. Now you can see that I haven't got quite the one that I wanted, so I'm going to take capitals off because I think capitals and lowercase matter. There you go. So this is a lowercase L, and you can see we need a space between, so that space I'm just going to highlight, and because it's not working properly I'm going to change it to the original font, and there we have a space. So that's how you get those little dots up in between, and then I've just left a space in between the word, the symbol, and then the word again. So that's how you get the dots. Then we're going to copy and paste another one. Here we've done exactly the same. So again, this is Windings. So if I click here, you can see Windings and it's size 8. Sometimes the ball or the circle will be quite big, but if you reduce the size of it, gradually it will fit in with your text. So I'm going to copy and paste the box again. And the next thing is a little bit more complicated, so let me go into detail about how we're going to do this one. First of all, enter your text. Okay, and I want this text over to the left. Copy and paste it. Deselect, copy and paste it again. Enter in your text. So I like to capitalize all my words, so just go to the Home tab, this icon here, and capitalize each word. So what we need to do is sort of equally space these out. Now you may well have to do that down here, and that's because you need to know the spacing. So we are actually going to move this down here. Actually, it might highlight to you why sometimes it can get a little bit complicated. So I'm just going to leave those there for a minute, and I'm going to insert some more icons. So go to Insert, go to Icons, and here just type in numbers. I'm going to select number 1, number 2, and number 3. Insert. Okay, so go to wrap text in front of text. Do that with the next one, in front of text. This just allows you to move them any way you want to. That happens, Command or Control Z. So just select them all, holding down the Command or Control key. Go to Graphics Format, Graphics Fill, select the color, and then we're also going to go up here in the height and change that to 1.5 and press enter. Make sure this little box is checked so that they'll remain a square, and then click on each one. Make sure it's across before you click and try to move it. Sometimes that happens. Command or Control Z, and then we'll just move them across. This is why Word is so temperamental, and in some instances Photoshop is much better. Now I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to type in arrows, and I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to select this one here, click insert. Then I'm going to go to wrap text in front of text. Then just using this circular arrow, just move it round until it goes to 45. Roughly 45, I think that's as close as we're going to get. Go to graphics fill, select your color. And once again up here, I'm going to select 1.5. Press enter. And then I'm going to copy and paste it. So we have 2. Once again, I'm going to attempt to move this over to our graphics. Okay, so now we've got all of those in. I'm just going to select this box and take this down to 14. Same with this one. So you can see the sort of space that we are looking at dealing with. So if I move this one to about here, I think there's a nice margin between those two there. And then this one, I want a similar margin this side. Maybe we're going to have to go a little bit wider just to fit everything in. So then I would like about that much space between these two. Move this one down, move this one down. So what we're looking for is an equal distance between the end of this character here and the edge of this box here. The same with this one here, the edge of the number and the edge of the box here. So then hold down your Command or Control key and select these 3. Now be careful not to select the surrounding box because it can mess things up. And you'll know because when you go to Shape Format and you go to the Align tool, if you go to Distribute Horizontally, if they distribute beautifully, then you know you haven't selected it. If something weird happens, you know you selected the box on the outside. So now just move the number 2 over and the number 3. What we could have done, which we missed, is when we select all of these, go to Shape Format, Align, Align to Middle. And with these as well, we're going to do the same. It's going to be roughly the same distance between them. So Graphics Format, Align, Distribute Horizontally, Align, Align to Middle. So you can see the center one. We need to move over, and again what we're looking for is similar distances away from the text. And the arrows, select the arrow. This time we can just use our arrow keys, is probably going to be our friend, just to move them left and right and down. So once you're happy with this layout, hold down your Command or Control key and then select all of these different elements that you've inserted. Again, make sure you haven't selected the box. Shape Format, Group, and select Group. And now this is all one group. So now let's begin to bring these over. The thing I have forgotten to do is the telephone number, so let's just make another box. Deselect, reselect this one and pop it over here. So let's just select all, Command and Control A, and paste in my telephone number over here. Obviously it's not my telephone number. And then go to Insert, Icons, and in here I'm going to select telephone. I'm going to select this one, click Insert, go to Graphics Fill, select on the color, wrap text, in front of text, and then I want it to be 1.5 centimeters, and then again pull that over to here. Perfect. And one more thing is we just need to go to Insert, Shapes, Rounded Rectangle, click and draw rounded rectangle, Shape Fill, no fill. Let's turn the outline to white and then down to weighted and go down to 6, and then we can move that over here just as an element of interest. And just one more element, Insert, Round Rectangle, click and drag a round rectangle, rounded corner rectangle, no outline, and the shape fill will be the lighter blue, and we're just going to move it across to here. We're going to go up, send back, because we're going to click until we can see the text. Just keep clicking. There we go. And now we can see the text. Okay, so now to aligning everything. So I'm going to zoom in. And we're going to work top to bottom. So I'm happy with the alignment of this text so far. Let's scroll down. And the key to aligning things is to make sure that something is lined up with something else. So it's not just looking like we've just randomly put something somewhere. So for example, this one, we could line it up with the edge of this white box here. So this bit here will line up with the edge here. So we can actually line that W up, use our arrow key and move that up to where we want it. Cleaning services, we can do the same to the edge here and also to the edge here. Now sometimes if you have different fonts or you have bold on, it can create a different margin here. Now when you align things in Word, as we've done before, we've gone to the align tool, said align to left, it will actually line the boxes up, it won't align the text up. So you do need to be mindful because you can see there's two different margins here between the edge of the box and the text. So what we're going to do is, again, we can line up this one with the W, use my arrow key to move that down, and again we can use this one to move across and line that up. Then with this one we could line the top of the box up with the top of this text here. Roughly, you can use your arrow keys and then arrow key right out to the edge. Now we could line it up with the bottom of the text here if we wanted to, so let's just quickly do that. So we know it's at the top of that text there, and then it's just make this smaller. Perfect. Then just use the arrow key to move that out to here. And then this text here we can roughly put into the center so we've got an equal gap at the top and bottom of that box. Again, you can use your arrow keys. Let's just make that box a tiny bit bigger so that we can just move that over a little bit so it's not so close to the edge. Perfect. So moving down, this one here is easy. Go to shape format, align, align to center. This one too, align, align to center. And then this one here we can line up with this text. We just move that down, that arrow key, and the phone here. You can move across, and then this square here, if you put it in the middle of this 0, you can roughly see that that then will end up in the middle. This one here we can line up with the edge here, again with our arrow keys, and move that down. You can use lines as well if you insert a line so that everything lines up. That's another way to do it, but I'll just show you a very quick way today. Perfect. So let's get rid of this page. Put your cursor in here, press delete. Keep pressing delete until it disappears. One last thing, we did put a line in here, so let's just zoom in, insert, shape, line, click at the edge here, hold down your shift key to make sure it's horizontal, then keep it selected, go to outline, white, outline, weight, let's go to 3. And then what we need to do is just move that text up and down a little bit. Okay, so once you're finished, you could save this as a template, you can save it as a PDF file, or you can save it as a Word document. To do that, just go to File at the top here, Save As, rename your document, save it wherever you need to. This is a Word document. You can obviously change it to a PDF, but you can also save it as a template, which means you'll always save the original document. You can make some changes and then it'll ask you to save it as a new document so you don't spoil the original. If you do want a copy of this, there will be a link in the description below for where you can download it. But I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe and have a great day.